I want to talk to everybody for a minute about Jupiter in Cancer. Jupiter is going to be transiting the sign of Cancer for the next 12 months. And this energy is going to be incredibly expansive when it comes to these Cancerian energies and areas of our lives. Now, Cancer rules the fourth house and is ruled by the moon. So this is going to be a time where we are diving deep into our emotional and intuitive nature, where we are expanding our psychic and intuitive gifts. And we're really working with expansion through the emotional body and through the feminine energies. This is a time to really explore our emotions and begin to understand how to allow our emotions to work for us. And what I mean by work for us is that our emotions are a really great barometer of how we are digesting our reality, of what it is that we are thinking, and what it is that we truly want, and how in alignment our reality is with our true wants, needs, and desires. There's going to be an emphasis on needs as the moon rules our emotional needs. So if we are experiencing turbulent emotions, what needs do we have that are not being met or that we fear are not being met, right? Because there's a difference between whether our needs are actually being met and whether we perceive our needs as being met. This is also Spirit saying going to be a great time for us to understand the difference between wants and needs. What is it that is a true need for us? What is it that is a want for us? And let's not dismiss our wants, right? Because our wants are placed there by Spirit for our growth and evolution. This is where we say, like, our dreams, for instance, when it comes to our dreams, hopes, aspirations, are hardwired into us. They're part of our soul's blueprint. Anything that we deeply desire is something that we are meant to bring into reality, to bring into creation. And Saturn in Aries is really the tool that we're going to be using to create. But our emotions are a big part of that process. When we look at the manifesting process, we need to feel into the frequency of whatever it is that we are creating. So our emotions are a great tool in that sense as well. Not only so that we can understand where it is that we feel that our needs are being met, but as a tool that we can use in order to create what it is that we desire. So Jupiter is going to be working with us in the sign of Cancer to help us to create what it is that we're wanting to desire through emotional resonance and frequency, or energetic resonance. But the emotions, as we're saying, play a big part in that process of energetic resonance. We're also going to be feeling into what resonates with us on a deeper level, what it is that we feel connected to. There's going to be a big emphasis on home and family. And we're probably going to be wanting to put a lot of our focus and energy there. This is a time where people may be being sort of guided or feeling as though they want to expand their family, whether this is through their soul tribe, whether this is through having children. And it's also going to be a time for exploring our roots and getting a deeper understanding of ourselves through our family line and our family lineage. And yes, working through some of those ancestral wounds and ancestral curses. Some people say just that ancestral energy, working with that lineage and helping to really clear some of those blockages that might exist within our ancestral line. And we're going to be clearing them through the emotional body. So there's going to be a lot of emotional purging that's going on. There's going to be a lot of need to get in touch with our emotions, to truly feel them, to flush them out. When we suppress and repress our emotions, this is when we begin to experience disease within the mind and body. So Jupiter in Cancer is going to be assisting us in clearing and purging the heavier, more negative emotions, and really expanding, really understanding, all right, this is what's coming through here. Understanding how it is that we expand our emotional body, and how it is that both our negative, what we would deem negative, and positive emotions help to expand our reality. So we're going to see what feeds these emotions, what feeds the positive ones, what feeds the negative ones, and how it is that we can feed the emotions that create the frequency that we want to create and operate within. This is a time where we're going to be learning a lot about how it is that we nurture others, as well as how it is that we nurture ourselves, and really get an opportunity to nurture ourselves very deeply, to practice a very deep level of self-care, and to experience a deeper level of self-connection. When we disassociate ourselves from our emotions, when we suppress and repress them, we are essentially becoming disconnected from ourselves. So this Jupiter in Cancer transit is giving us a very powerful opportunity to connect with ourselves on a very deep and profound level. This transit's going to affect everybody differently depending on the house that Jupiter is moving through. So I encourage everyone to look at where the Cancer energies are found within your personal natal chart. If you do not know this information, you can go to a website such as astro.com or one of the many apps that they have today where you can plug in your birth information and you can get your natal chart. If you would like, I also offer personal natal chart readings, so you can go ahead and book a session with me. All of the information is in my link tree on TikTok and my bio if you are finding this video on YouTube. All around, this is going to be a really powerful and profound opportunity to expand ourselves, to expand our comfort zones as well, being that the fourth house and the moon and Cancer energy is related to our emotional comfort zone. So Jupiter is assisting us in expanding that wider so that we can experience more fulfillment, more connection, and more abundance. All of the beautiful things that Jupiter represents. Jupiter also rules faith and belief, so this is a beautiful time to expand those energies as well, to expand our ability to believe in ourselves, to believe in our ability to keep ourselves safe and secure, and to build that safety and security first within. Everything starts within. We build that safety and security within, and then we see that reflected without.